Hey everyone, this is Peter Stone coming to you from Thailand. I'm about maybe a mile from the airport. So it's where I live in Thailand. I just wanted to share. I just got done meditating on the rocks. There's a very cool waterfall. So water I found is very magical. So I did this little meditation called water, the timeless magic. And what I found out is when you sit in the midst of water, magical things happen, whether it's in the middle of the ocean, on a jet ski, in a rowboat, or on a lake, a placid lake, where it's quiet and peaceful. So this is kind of the end of the road here in this little housing development. So I gotta turn around. Good morning. So there's a few people out taking a nice walk. Oh my God, it's just gorgeous this morning. It's like 80 degrees. And under those flowers, they're called 𝗬𝗲𝗬𝗀. They're so fragrant. And here's more. I just like riding underneath them. It's really invigorating, the aromatherapy effect of flowers, of course. They're always great. So I do this ride every morning, but today I'm kind of taking it easy because I push hard. Usually I take weights. I put like a 5-pound weight on this wrist and a 5-pound weight on the other wrist. I've been doing this for like 20 plus years, or I don't know, it doesn't matter how long. I just do it, and I pump my uppers while I'm riding the bike. It's major leverage. I don't know, I saw something, I personally don't like chimps, but I like talking to people and everything, but quite frankly, the birds and the peace and the quiet of all this green and the fresh air, oh my God. So it's Songkran Festival here in Bangkok, which means good morning, the guard, which means 900,000 people, well it's estimated, left Bangkok, which means the roads are kind of empty and it's really peaceful, and the air is exceptionally clean because there's probably 80% less cars here now. So when we deep breathe with all this green and all these flowers around, it's just amazing. Good shots of oxygen in the morning. The oxygen's here, but you know, with traffic it's a little bit less oxygenated. So there's a little clubhouse behind me, and the pool, and a meditation area where I go before I ride. Well, it's actually after I ride my bike. I go and I sit on these amazing rocks that somebody put. There's a higher level to the water and a lower level to the water. So I sit right in the middle. Somebody was thinking they put this flat rock right in the middle of this chain of rocks that go across the water that drops down. And it's just a really cool place to sit. It's like I always say, there's always parking, and when you expect only the best to happen, it does. And when you expect long enough, the best to happen, by sculpting your words with positive intention, then amazing things happen. So it's kind of like when I went to England, they had built a 13 million pound pier the year before I got there. I love to ride my bike. So they built the thing on the pier. They built this long waterfront pier, and at the end was a circle. I stand in the middle of the circle, and the noise I discovered vibrated, and there's this huge cliff off over to the east. So I used to do this chanting there, and this vibrational, chanting, and amazing vibration came out of there. So my point is, the pier was there a year before I got there. So me and my family. And of course everyone else. But I love to ride my bike by the sea. So I'm living up 500 feet high on a house. So got to ride my bike down there and do this vibrational work. So it's much like having that flat rock sitting in this beautiful area that's so green. And I tell you, the Thais are just amazing in their land sculpture. They know how to make plants sing and live and full of life. So this is the other side of the water. So every day, that's why I like to come to Thailand. Regardless of how many mangoes I ate yesterday, it was not very many for the year, I can tell you that. So I don't bother. Got on the scale this morning, found that I lost 10 pounds. I thought, hey, I ate mangoes yesterday, and I actually had mango ice cream, and I had a date pie, this very delicious date pie that's kind of a Chinese treat. Delicious. So the whole point is, I saw Amina talking about chill time and downtime, and actually downtime is uptime in my book. With no downtime, there is no uptime, quite frankly. There's stress time. And me, I say screw stress. I do not want it in my life. I make sure we have moments. Everyone has moments. I choose not to live there. Practicing business for more than 30 years and giving up probably about every opportunity of challenge there is in a 30-year cycle of business worldwide gives one some sense of, don't worry, everything will always be okay, and through faith and jumping on the challenge and seeing what we're made of, it's just, kind of give me more so I can dig deeper and find more amazing tools, because that's really what it's all about. It's about what we have inside us. We all know it, but we don't necessarily approach our life in a positive way. It's just, there's this thing like, oh my God, like, oh, why me? I'm like, yeah, why me? Why do I get up here 1 year before I moved to England to ride my bike on? Why do I have a rock right in the middle of this meditation space? So what I'm going to do is, if you're interested, I'll take you there. And if you're not, you can just click off. But I think it's worth sharing. So you can actually hear the water, but we shut the water off here at the fountains. They shut the fountains off at 8 a.m. and then the water still runs a little longer. But in this little housing development, they have magical lotus flowers everywhere. And before this, the people that manage this kind of let it go a little bit, and that happens. But someone came in and took it and made it really beautiful. The water's a little brown, but that's okay. These pipes in the water are water fountains that just turned off like 30 minutes ago. And they put in these beautiful green bushes, plants, and I don't really know the name of them. But there's the pool up there that I swim in. I love it. I've been living here for like 15 years. And it's really, like, I'm really grateful. Everything I could ever want is in this little space. Oh yeah, maybe it's time, but right now I'm really quiet in the space. And this water is still flowing here. And probably after an hour it will stop. It's just a backflow. These are the rocks I'm talking about. So the water's still flowing slightly. They did turn it off. But when it's really kind of really it's not really aging. It's only at a much more pace. And over here are more waterfalls. So he sit on this rock. And fortunately, it's like close to 9 o'clock here in the morning. But I get here maybe anywhere from 6:30 to 7, and I'm behind those trees. And the artist filled with birds. And what's really cool, I don't know if you can see it, these flowers. Around this time of year, for months, these flowers just drop around, and they do every morning. It's this beautiful bouquet of flowers. And the cool thing about these flowers, you take them home and cook them. On the other side, I checked on them to see the nutrition content, and it wasn't high in anything special. However, I was just thinking this morning, look at all those flowers going to waste. We see them. People that clean the village, they come by and pick them up and eat them. Sometimes people come in here and pick them up and clean them up, take them home and eat them for food. But I've eaten them before. And for the palate, they're not that great. And I was thinking, well, how can I spice it up? Because my belief is it's like lettuce. There's energy in it. It's organic, and there's chemicals used on these trees. So this stuff just grows. So for never seen them spraying in cancer. So this whole area is where I was gifted to get centered every day in the morning. It's a little bright right now, but when the light is just coming up, the sun's coming up, it's a real magical space. So, I just wanted to share that with you. I'm sure you all have magical spaces. I'd love to see them. Don't stop over. You know, I'm over there, that way you can't hear it, but over that way is the airport. It's really about 8 minutes from me. And I live down that street at the very end, and my office is on Streets, and he just teased me because I love to travel. So I've been invited to a few more countries, and I will do that over the next 12 months. Which was just in Singapore. I'm going to next month. I'll be speaking in Thailand on 31st to a medical group of doctors because, well, I have pretty good health. And people talk about age, but I saw someone on the Facebook the other day, a 90-year-old woman doing her yoga, and I'm all up for that. And she is like amazing. That, you know, I just get on this bike and I think, yeah, hell, it's timeless. It's timeless. I don't feel like, you know, people ask me, what's your age? And quite frankly, I don't pay attention to it. Why? Because it doesn't matter to me. I do things that make me feel good, and so I do things that make me feel good, and I eat foods that make me healthy, or that the results are health, then, you know, you do that. You get healthy, you live a long time, and you feel good while you're living. So I'm enjoying the day, and I hope you are too. Peter Stone saying thanks for another